Hello and welcome back. It's week 2 of cleaning up a little, decluttering some and organising. It's the seasonal changeover time when it's always good to sort of freshen up our homes ready for the next season. But before I get started, I'm going to make up my salad jars. I'm going to say that this is actually something that, obviously at any stage you can do this. But I found that since downsizing, I'm more interested in the efficiency of things because I don't have as big a fridge. I don't have the space to store things in cupboards the way I used to, so I tend to put them straight into the refrigerator. So, for example, my little salad jars live in the refrigerator, clean and ready to go from week to week. And one of these is enough for a salad each evening, and quite often I'll have another one during the day, because honestly a second one of these in the afternoon as a snack is a really much better option than white chocolate and raspberry muffins or brownies. Oh, I know, you see, I have such a sweet tooth, but if I have something crunchy and tasty to snack on, I will use it. So I make up 6 a week, and that gets me through sort of 4 evenings and plus 2 extras. I don't like to keep them for longer than, say, 4 days, 4 or 5 days. I mean, they probably would, but I'd rather not. So I have got everything set out down here. Let's see if we can get you a little closer. Come and snuggle up a little. Zoom in a little. Right, you can see what I've got. I've got the jars, so it's sort of semi-organised. I've just made up a dressing, not a lot. It's quite it's a nice one. This, what did I use? I used some blackcurrant vinegar, olive oil, Dijon mustard, salt and pepper. Couldn't get much more basic than that. And I just put a little into the bottom of each jar, and that's where you start the layering. And I won't leave any in the bottom of the jug. It all goes in. I've got some very finely chopped fennel because I love that sort of aniseed taste, and it's around at the moment. Grated carrot, red onion, spring onion, celery, some cucumber. I just scooped out the seeds because you don't want it to be watery, so cucumber's fine as long as it's not mushy. Some cauliflower, celery, did I already say that? Some slightly toasted almonds, slightly toasted walnuts. That just gives them a really nice flavour. A little bit of leftover brown rice, and I've put a tiny bit of soy sauce in there. Not a lot, just a teensy weensy bit, and the greens to go on top. So, hardest things to the smushiest things, I suppose. And there they are, all ready to go and keep me in healthy food for the next 3 or 4 days. And I just leave them upright in the refrigerator until I want to eat them, and then I give them a good shake, and that gets that delicious dressing distributed right through. So a quick shake, not too hard because you don't want to break things up, and empty them out onto a plate, and then they're almost mixed already. So why is organisation so important when you downsize? I've been thinking about this, and I thought, well, it's because I expect my house, my life, to go on the same way that it did when I had a bigger house. So while, okay, I don't have the big garden, but I still do a little bit out on the balcony, and, you know, like, it's looking pretty. I'll show you. It's looking cute at the moment. I'll just turn you around and, you know, zoom you out there. See? It's just nice. It's fresh. It's bright. Mainly, it's that whole thing of wanting the same, but in a smaller space with fewer things. So I do have to be organised, and the things that I keep have to do double duty, and that means that I have to keep them well organised, and I have to keep them clean and tidy and, you know, working hard. Yeah. Those of you who've followed me for a while, say hello to the ponies. Hello, ponies. Now, this buffet has been with me for years, but it was in a beach house. It had other purposes. I then painted it grey when I came here. The excellent thing about it is that it's narrow. See, it's this width that's really good, fits beautifully in an apartment, and that's what you notice about apartments, is that you need to think about just how big furniture is, and that fabulous thing you've always had just may no longer be able to fit in. So I keep things that I use, just not a lot at the moment. You know, these are my good plates and things, and yes, you know, I could get rid of them because I only use them sort of 3 or 4 times a year, but honestly, why would I bother? I have the space. They're not doing any harm. I like them, so they stay. Same on this side, which I've just noticed this needs cleaning. You know, things that I use occasionally. These were the little candle holders that I made for last Christmas, which I'll use again. Some vases for different things, and serving dishes, and placemats, things like that. Now I use the placemats every night for myself, and if, you know, when we eventually come out of lockdown and go back to something close to normal, I will use them a lot more. There's no need for anything there to go, but I haven't been through these. I know what's in some of them. I have silver that I haven't cleaned or used in years, and I am actually thinking of selling that, just simply because I don't use it. It's, you know, it's not heirloom stuff, not that it would matter if it was. Okay, top one, candles, right, which I haven't been using. I don't know why. I think, oh, I'm not sure. I'm going to put them all out on the table, go through them, see what I've got, see what I can perhaps let go of, or more to the point that I might remind myself to use. Right, candles, sand and fog. Always enjoy these. I need to leave this one out. I wonder if that was the top for it. Eek. Might have been. Usually they're wooden, so it probably wasn't, but oh no, it's glass. Okay, so it is actually quite good to keep the lids on because it keeps the fragrance sort of more fresh. That one I'll leave out because it's going to get used. It's already been started. Another sand and fog, I think. Yes. This one would be quite a nice one in the kitchen. I haven't been using candles, but I'm not going to get rid of them if I like them. This one is another sand and fog called Spicy Woods, which is quite a Christmassy sort of smell. And I'll definitely keep that because guess what? Christmas is coming. And I know, another Christmas one. A scent's almost gone. It was not. This was not an expensive one. I think it might have been a Kmart buy. I just liked it. I thought it was cute. And I have the coasters. Yes, Christmas ones. I know. I can put the lid back on them, can't I? And the bunnykin ones. And look, don't say get rid of them because in 10 weeks' time I will have a grandchild here. And at some point my grandchild in Africa hopefully will come home. And those sorts of things will matter. These are the tops of old candles, which make really nice coasters. And I just think, oh, should I keep them? Should I throw them away? Are they taking up any space? No, they're not taking up any space. What I wouldn't buy again are these. They're very handy. I like them because they are easy to light. You know, I mean, that's just an old, I think that was a Crabtree and Evelyn candle, but it looks really pretty with a tea light in it because it just glows red. And yes, I would put that in the Christmas collection. But you see, when you're lighting that with a match, you're going to burn your fingers. So these are handy. But I just don't like the fact that they are such a wasteful thing. You see, it does look pretty, doesn't it? Oh, here was another candle. This was from a friend. This was a good score, but not good for her because they had candles that they were importing for their business, and they were allowed to get warm, and they sort of get fuggy on the top. You know, they're sort of they sweat, I suppose is the thoroughly unattractive word for that. And so, but that doesn't ruin the fragrance. And so I scored that one from a friend. Very nice, thank you, Chrissy. This is just a really nice little, I don't know what it is, I suppose it's a napkin. I heard it years ago. Who was it? Hang on. Penny Scanlon, there you go. Just beautiful designs. Oops. And I use that sometimes as a placemat. I use it as a tea tray sort of mat, and that works really nicely. So there we are, definitely keep that. And yes, I will go to matches when these two are worn out, but I will look for the long ones so that I still don't burn my fingers. And the magnetic catches that I have never put on one side of these. Yeah, I've got to put them on the left hand side of the cupboards on the buffet. How about that for something I've only been meaning to do for what, 3 years? There we are, nothing to get rid of, but at least I'm on the ball. That's for tightening the handles, which I've just tightened the top one, and I put just a stripe of the correction tape. That one tells me that I'm going to use that one up first. That's all. So I put that in there, and at least now I can differentiate between the two of them. Okay, I'll leave the magnetic catches out so that I do it, and I'll leave out that candle because I think that one was rather nice. Where is it? This one. Pomegranate Noir, inspired on the Californian coast. Surely they mean by the Californian coast. Next drawer down. This is just where I keep extra cutlery. This is sort of the slightly nicer occasion ones. And they are beautiful. I love the colourful ones as well. Only these have been put in the dishwasher. I'll just simply say not by me and leave it at that. They get used all the time. Not every day, but often. Down here. Oh, okay. We're coming down to where shall I put the things? This is for my little black Art Deco candlestick that I use every year. Other candles, just ordinary ones, just IKEA ones. This is the silver. There we are. There's a full set. Desperately needs cleaning. So maybe that's where I'll start. I'll start, not today, but maybe tonight, I'll start by starting to clean the silver. It's good quality. It's a nice James Dixon Sheffield. It's King's pattern, I think. I think it's King's pattern. And desperately needs cleaning. Very nice to eat with. Of course, I should check that the handles are well attached. They tend to get loose just because, not even because they're being used. Right, those ones are tightened again. That can all just tuck back in there. And the bottom one. Well, there you go, the candles. Obviously the box where the red ones come from, so we can put them back, can't we? Now, as you can see, it is chock full of these. And they're very useful. And no, I haven't bought any in years, and I do use them. So the answer is yes, I'll keep them. And I suppose I just need to keep it closer to my consciousness that that's what I should be doing. Even more little candles.
Reject
And there we are, that's clean and tidied, but more to the point, sort of sorted out what's there, what's not, don't forget things. Now, this candle is in here because I took it out of a lantern that I had intended to get rid of, but I've turned it into a tiny greenhouse for some frangipani cuttings that a friend sent me from Sydney. This is a use it up concept, because if I leave it out I will light it at night and use it up because it's too big to store anywhere, and I only really needed it in that big lantern, which I no longer have. Well, I do, but not as a lantern. Well, there you go. I've done some organisation by making my salads. Super easy, 3 times a fortnight, really, I suppose is all it is. Cleaning up, because it's the faffing around, getting it organised and cleaning it up, and washing everything and chopping and drying the salads and things, the leaves, the greens. That is the thing that takes a little bit of time. But once you've done it once, cleaned up once, and you've got the salads for 4 days, I suppose, at least, that's pretty easy. And then all you have to do is to add, well, all I do is add some grilled chicken or some salmon, or perhaps an omelette, something like that. Super easy. Then just a little bit of checking on what I've got. Now, obviously, some of that is the silver, and I'm going to have to think about what to do with that. Certainly start by cleaning it, and then decide what I'm going to do. It's not going anywhere. It's not taking up much space. There's not a lot that I want to put in that drawer. It's not like it's stopping me storing something else that I prefer to have. We'll just see. I think the next few years, once we're through this, and obviously in my case we're not yet, here in Melbourne we're not through anything. It just keeps on going. But once we are through it, I think we might like to make more of an occasion out of just the normal day-to-day life, because it's been a tough couple of years, and a little bit of occasion lifts everything. And when we've had so many same days, then occasion days or occasion meals I think sound rather nice. Either way, I'm not going to make a decision at the moment. There's no benefit to me or anyone else. And I did a quick clean, which it does need, and now I have to decide whether I'm prepared to put the work in to strip it back to being a very pale waxed wood, which would look beautiful. Just saying, it would look beautiful. But that's me for today. I hope that you got something out of it, and think about that whole thing of organisation is part of downsizing, because you want to have your homes work in the same way that they've always worked, but you have fewer things so that they have to work harder. And yeah, that's sort of part of the downsizing journey. So come along, subscribe, give me a thumbs up. You know the little channel needs it. And I hope that wherever you are and whatever you're doing, you're having a lovely day and you're keeping safe and well. And I will see you in the next one. Bye.